Hello and welcome to today's webinar on NextBillion's route optimization API and why is it important for field force companies. My name is Ritu Josen and I'm excited to be your host for this session. What we plan to cover in today's session is we'll go over some of the key challenges that field force companies face, followed by an introduction to the vehicle routing problem, a brief introduction about NextBillion's route optimization API and how we're able to solve for some of the field force challenges. We'll cover it with a short demo and a case study. If you are a field force company which is looking to streamline your operations and improve your bottom line, then you wouldn't want to miss this webinar. So let's dive in. As we all know, today's business world is more customer centric than it was ever before. Customers are expecting fast, reliable, high quality services. This is especially true for the field force industry. However, we also understand that managing a field force can be complex, it can be a challenging task. If you look at the numbers on the screen, according to a report by the Service Council, 66% of field force companies said that their top challenge is in managing and scheduling the resources effectively. Companies were struggling signing the right people to the right job at the right time and, of course, at the right location. The same report suggested that 37% of the companies were struggling with delivering services in a timely manner that resulted in appointments which were missed, dissatisfied customers, and, of course, lost revenue. This highlights the importance of the timely and efficient delivery service. In another report within the same segment, 41% of the field force companies said that their top challenge was in managing the cost of the field operations. And largely, these would be costs associated with running the mobile workforce, their fuel cost, vehicle maintenance, and labor cost. So all in all, these challenges can impact the company's profitability and competitiveness in the market. And that's why it's very important for field force companies to invest in solutions that can really help reduce and improve the customer experience. I just want to briefly touch upon some of the other challenges which companies face. We've already covered these two. Let's look at some of the other challenges, which are balancing the workload and productivity to maximize the performance, handling last minute changes, cancellations, and delays, which means that you will have to do your route planning not once, but possibly multiple times in a day, which makes the problem even more compound. Some of the other challenges are the lack of real-time visibility of your field force, tracking the location and progress of the workforce and fleet in real time. As we saw in the previous slide, field force companies face a range of challenges when it comes to managing their mobile workforce. One of the key challenges is optimizing routes, which involves determining the best way to assign jobs to workers. Now, this is where the vehicle routing problem or the VRP comes into play. It's trying to find the most efficient routes and schedules for a set of vehicles to visit a set of locations and fulfill certain requirements or constraints. It could be constraints such as the vehicle capacity, the time window under which a job needs to be completed. It could also be certain skills that are needed to complete certain jobs. So despite its complexity, the VRP can be solved with advanced technologies and solutions such as NextBillion's route optimization API. NextBillion's route optimization API is a fairly powerful tool for the field force companies that are looking at streamlining their operations. Let's look at the first component here, which is the advanced algorithms that our APIs use to plan optimized routes based on a range of factors. Now, this would include distance, time, traffic, field force capacity, customer preferences. By leveraging these algorithms, our APIs are able to create routes that are efficient, that are cost effective, and that are customized to the needs of your specific business. Let's look at the second component, which are the real-time updates. Our API considers real-time updates such as traffic, if there are any delays that need to be adjusted in the routes, and ensure the timely delivery of the workforce, which means if there is an unexpected event that occurs, our APIs are able to quickly adapt and reroute your workers to minimize disruption and delay. We have flexible integrations with various systems and platforms. And the last bit, which is the customizable component of the route optimization API, which essentially allows companies to set their own rules and constraints. You might have a preferred time window to service a request or the service priority. You can customize the API to meet the specific needs of your business. Overall, NextBillion's route optimization engine is a game changer for the field force companies that are looking to optimize their routes efficiently. Next, I'd like to walk you through NextBillion's route optimization demo. You will see how our optimizer is taking advantage of the different NextBillion services to solve this complex problem. So let's dive into the demo. This is the view of a route planning interface. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a list of technicians that are available to complete the job as part of your workforce. And as part of the input, we're also considering the skill sets of each of the technicians. We can also define the start time and the end time of the shift. On the right-hand side, you see a list of orders or services that need to be completed. These have been geocoded using NextBillion's geocoding service. We select all of the jobs that need to be completed today. We can define the service time as 5 minutes for each of the jobs. We like to deploy 2 technicians. We think shift time of 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. should be enough for us to complete these jobs. Now let's run the solver. So the route optimizing solver is calling another NextBillion API, which is the distance matrix API in the background. We have the solver provide us the routes. It's coming in from our map tiling service. There are a few jobs that are still unassigned. So the way we can solve this is add in another technician, or we could look at increasing the shift time in this particular case. So let's increase it from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., run the solver again, and let's see if this is able to solve the problem. Make sure all the jobs have been assigned. There are no unassigned jobs here. And if this is good to go, we can push this route using another NextBillion service called the Navigation SDK. This is an example of what NextBillion's Navigation SDK would receive. Turn-by-turn instruction is provided to the driver. In conclusion, this demo showcases the power of NextBillion's route optimization API. And with this tool, you can easily plan and optimize your routes to maximize efficiency. Now, let me share with you a case study on how NextBillion helped improve operational efficiency for a large US-based pest control service company. A bit about the client. Our client had over 30 offices in 16 states with hundreds of service delivery technicians for each of the regions. Their problem was that the existing scheduling software couldn't incorporate crucial elements like the technician skills or the on-road drive time, which led them to have very unoptimized routes for their fleet. So we implemented a custom solution that included our distance matrix API, our route optimization API, and the geocoding API. The distance matrix API supported large distance metrics up to 5,000 by 5,000. Routing API helped lower the delivery time and miles traveled, while the geocoding API enabled the client to get precise geolocations, coordinates to help technicians very quickly navigate to and find the required customer locations. As a result, the client experienced a significant benefit, including a 35% improvement in the estimated time of travel, almost a 50% reduction in the cost. At NextBillion, we believe that location-based services have the power to transform industries and change the way businesses operate. That's why we've developed a full package of APIs and map tools that unlock the full potential of location-based services. In conclusion, with NextBillion's real-time route optimization solver, you can streamline your field force operations, you can increase the efficiency, productivity, and the customer satisfaction. Additionally, you can access a 24/7 support and guidance from our expert team. So if you're looking to stay ahead in a fast-growing on-demand and mobility market, we invite you to partner with NextBillion. Before we end, as a special offer to our webinar attendees, we're offering a 10% discount on your first 3 months of service when you sign up using the offer code webinar10. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to working with you in the future.